An orphan film is a motion picture work that has been abandoned by its owner or copyright holder. Also, any film that has suffered neglect. The exact origin of the term orphan film is unclear. By the 1990s, however, film archivists were commonly using this colloquialism to refer to motion pictures abandoned by their owners. Before the end of the decade, the phrase emerged as the governing metaphor for film preservation, first in the United States, then internationally. Historians and archivists define the term in both a narrow and a broad sense. A report from the Librarian of Congress, Film Preservation 1993, offered the first definition. As a category of so-called orphan works, orphan films are those that lack either clear copyright holders or commercial potential to pay for their preservation. However, a much wider group of works fall under the orphan rubric when the term is expanded to refer to all manner of films that have been neglected. The neglect might be physical, a deteriorated film print, commercial, an unreleased movie, cultural, censored footage, or historical, a forgotten World War I-era production. This broader conception is typically illustrated by a list of orphan genres. In Redefining Film Preservation, A National Plan, 1994, the Librarian of Congress enumerated newsreels, actuality footage, silent films, experimental works, home movies, independent fiction and documentary films, political commercials, amateur footage, along with advertising, educational and industrial films as culturally significant orphans. To this the National Film Preservation Foundation adds animation, ethnic films, anthropological footage, and fragments. See what are orphan films? Within a decade the epithet was adopted by scholars and educators. In The Film Experience, An Introduction, 2004, for example, Timothy Corrigan and Patricia White include a section on orphan films, defining them simply as any sort of films that have survived but have no commercial interest to pay the costs of their preservation. Defined in this way, more films are orphans than not. Many are more accurately described as footage, recording shot on celluloid, but not intended to be completed works or theatrical releases. The millions of feet of home movies and newsreel outtakes alone outnumber the quantity of film stock used to make all of the feature films ever released by Hollywood studios.